Well, I'll probably go back to Sweden for a few months. I've been home
There
for
we are.
forever. Dawn is kind of over, and we go, why don't you get your Swedish fucking ass to Hollywood
Just
and let's record? And he did. And from there on, we went, you know.
on YouTube, watching a show.
Probably the most
Can
intelligent
you probably bring it
guy
up?
I know or known.
Picture in
Here's a
picture.
man that I describe as my father, my grandfather,
Yes.
my
There's the
younger
desktop.
brother, even my youngest sister. Sometimes when no, he was so simple and so
Show. And
easy to deal with because you
while I
already
watch this
know,
show,
which made it hard and easy.
social
And I
media,
have to explain that because if
watching
I was very
videos.
much involved, you know, with the band. We all were equally involved. But if I had something, I had to go. I was maybe more
My
involved with the
girlfriend,
business. Business came to me. I went to the
communication.
boys, and the boys came
The
to me.
key.
Oh, can you talk to whatever? And I went.
We
So I
don't
was
even have
kind
to
of
see
in the
each
middle a
other,
little
and we
bit.
have a connection.
And I asked Lemmy something, and
Digital
I already know
connection.
exactly what he would say.
Yeah.
It was frustrating sometimes because if I thought he was wrong with something, because he was so simple in a
Oh,
way,
wow.
he wouldn't compromise himself or the music or Motorhead, and that's why we were what we were. But sometimes it was frustrating, you know, that we thought that we were right. Sometimes we were right, sometimes we were wrong, you know. I give you an idea.
I do like cold,
Long
so
story short,
this is how I
we had an
recover.
offer go. We were in U.S.
And while I
the
watch,
year
there's a
before
collision. I was
recording here.
watching commercial
And we
flight
were
Space
supposed to
Debris,
go, we got offered to fly to Argentina
October
for one
16th,
show. And it
night
was a
flight.
very, very important show because it would have
En
given
route
us
from Denver to LA was struck
some
by an
really
object
great festivals.
36,000 feet.
And we got offered X amount of money, and we tried to scale it down. We were going to have drum supply down there, Marshall staffs, you know, fly as little as we could, and not bring in the full crew from all over the world. And I came to Lemmy, and Lemmy said, absolutely no. And I go, oh, come on, you know, we can't afford to fly all our shit, bring in the whole
So I go
crew,
down.
we're going to lose hundreds and thousands of dollars here. And I was all on him, and he got irritated about this. And I gave him reasons why we should do this. And he just gave me one reason.
Down, one across.
And he
These are
said,
normal projections.
what's the fucking point, Mickey, to go to Argentina
and
be Motorhead and not sound like Motorhead? And I go, you know what, Lem? You're totally right. Let's not do it. He won that one.
So just kind of now,
you know, the simplicity with Lemmy. I told him, because you've probably seen in documentaries how he lived. He lived very simple, very tight. He had a million things you couldn't even get into. You had a little trail like that. You look at some of these hoarder people, you know. Lemmy had cool stuff, but he was so much you could barely look in there. And I said, Lem, why don't you get like a 3-4 bedroom house? You know, instead. You go, what's the point, Mickey? You can only be one at a time anyway. How do you beat these one-liners? You know, he was fantastic there. You know, it's like you know what he said. If you think you're too old for rock and roll, then you are. Simple, straight, no bullshit, and that made him who he was. And I keep saying, if everybody was like Lamb, we wouldn't have any wars. We wouldn't have all this political correctness, all this bullshit that's suffocating humanity today. You know, he was in for the fun and for the real rock and roll.
That would be 2.
That's a question.
Now,
you could ask
when I do this, I can put the Sudoku.
Keep breathing or eating, basically, because
go right into.
As long there's a few elements here that has to be in the pot.
Social media.
for me at least, and that is, of course, health and enjoyment. The day you don't enjoy this, it doesn't matter if you're the Hulk. I mean, you cannot pretend that it's fun and then keep going. It's just impossible, at least in my world. If you're talking career-wise and you know, like for instance, going back to Motorhead, saying no to Lemmy and Phil and Verso 3 times, you know, might sound insane, you know.
Sir, keep your hands on the wheel, we'll sort it out.
But it was the right decision. And trust me, I was thinking about that one often after I said maybe I should have, but no, I'm happy where I'm at. But I'm sure I've done some fuck-ups and made some shitty decisions, but nothing that I know for a fact that hasn't had a big impact on my life or way that I've been.
I think I can put them
pursuing my career and my family
from the outside.
So I have to say no. I'm super satisfied with my life and the way I choose to live it, because I think I made the right decision.
Or put them like that. Or no, I guess I could. But I can leave them up, and I don't really need them. I only need them for social media reading.
This entire house, this is fucking unbelievable for me.
Blue Jays.
This is my 24th year with this organization,
So,
and I fucking love it here.
oh, 3D Atlas.
No one saw this coming. iAtlas, a name that until a few weeks ago meant almost nothing to anyone, has just become the biggest mystery in modern astronomy. Because this object is doing something that should be impossible. It's accelerating faster and faster, beyond the limits that physics can explain. At first, scientists thought it had to be an instrument glitch, a faulty sensor, maybe even a software error. But then the data came in from Chile, from Hawaii, from the Canary Islands, and all of them said the same thing. 3i Atlas isn't slowing down like a comet should. It's speeding up. Now here's the problem. There's nothing out there that could make it move this way. No outgassing, no radiation pressure strong enough, no debris, no jets, no visible source of propulsion. It's just moving on its own. And as the readings grew more precise, so did the unease. Scientists across the world started whispering the same thought, something they didn't want to say out loud. Because the last time we saw an interstellar object behave like this, it was Oumuamua, and even today that one still defies every explanation. But this time, something's different. This one isn't fading. It's accelerating toward a new trajectory, and it's not random. It's calculated. If 3i Atlas is just another piece of rock, then what's pushing it? If it's a machine, who built it? And why is it here now? These are the questions keeping astronomers awake tonight. Because the deeper they look, the more one terrifying thought begins to emerge. We might not be alone. And whatever's out there, it knows exactly what it's doing. It all began with a faint streak of light, detected by the Atlas Observatory in Hawaii. The system's job is simple. Scan the skies for anything that could threaten Earth. But on that night, it caught something it had never seen before. A fast-moving, cold object. At first glance, it looked like a harmless asteroid. But its path didn't match any known orbit. Its velocity was too high. Its entry was too steep. That's when astronomers realized this thing didn't come from here. Within hours, telescopes across the world began tracking it. Penstars, Gaia, JPL, ESO, all locked on. The readings were erratic, but one detail was unmistakable. The object was moving against gravitational drag. Instead of slowing down as it left the sun's pull, it began to speed up. That doesn't happen. Not naturally. Scientists ran through every known explanation. Could solar radiation be pushing it? Too weak? Could it be venting gas like a comet? No. There were no visible jets, no thermal signatures, no chemical traces. Was it magnetic? Not at that distance. One by one, every theory collapsed. As data piled up, astronomers began noticing something even stranger: its shape. The light curve suggested it wasn't spherical. It was flat, like a shard, and the way it reflected sunlight hinted at a metallic surface. It looked engineered. That's when a quiet panic began to spread through research communities. They'd seen this pattern before, 6 years earlier with Oumuamua. That object, too, had accelerated mysteriously before vanishing into the void. Now it was happening again, except this time stronger, more erratic. 3i Atlas was bending its trajectory, as if responding to something. A signal, a force, maybe even a command. And yet the more they tried to observe it, the more unpredictable it became. Its speed would fluctuate slightly, almost like pulses. Some nights it would drift slower, then suddenly surge forward without any apparent cause. That's when a handful of scientists proposed something outrageous. A possibility so controversial, entire research teams refused to even discuss it publicly. What if this wasn't a natural object at all? What if 3i Atlas was built, a fragment of alien technology, a probe, or a piece of something much larger? Something we just haven't seen yet. The data doesn't answer those questions. Not yet, but what it does show is a clear trend. Every passing day, 3i Atlas is moving faster. And whatever it's doing, it's not random. This isn't just another rock drifting through space. This is something deliberate. And the deeper we look, the closer it seems to something we're not ready to face. The deeper astronomers looked, the stranger it became. Every night, 3i Atlas returned new data that seemed to mock the laws of physics. Its acceleration wasn't random. It followed a repeating pattern. A rhythm, as if something inside the object was controlling it. Tiny bursts of motion, sudden lulls, then another burst, like an engine firing in perfect intervals. Except there was no engine, and that's what terrified everyone. The numbers didn't lie. Whatever was happening inside 3i Atlas was producing thrust equal to explain a network, and if that's the case, whatever's behind it, a faulty sensor, maybe even a software error. But then the data came in from Chile, the motion from the Canary Islands, something beyond our understanding. Some scientists have started calling 3i Atlas the whispering visitor, because every time there's nothing out there that could make it move this way. It seems to respond. No radiation pressure strong enough to danger. Observing an object. Now it feels like the object, faulty sensor, maybe even a software error. Quieter and far more aware than we can comprehend. But now, fast, the official starts beyond the limits that physics can explain. Natural behavior of interstellar debris. But behind the curtain, a faulty sensor, maybe even the software errors. But then, the data came in from Chile. They've stopped arguing from the Canary Islands. Now they're asking a much scarier question when it all meets at that point. What happens next? In the weeks that followed, there's nothing out there that could make it move this way. Its acceleration pressure was strong enough. It was pulsing. Each burst matched the rhythm of the geometric pattern discovered earlier, a cosmic heartbeat. Faster, stronger, deliberate. Then, at 14, scientists across the world started whispering the same thought. Space telescope detected a flash. Not light, not radio, not even gamma. It was something in between, a spectrum no one had ever recorded before. Scientists thought it was a glitch, but it wasn't. The same pulse appeared on 3 separate instruments, one of them on the lunar far-side array. 3 points, 3 confirmations, 1 impossible signal. When the data was translated into waveform, it formed a pattern repeating every 47 seconds, structured, mathematical, intentional. Before it could be analyzed further, the signal stopped completely. And that's when everything else began to go wrong. Across observatories, sensors overloaded, gyroscopes spun off calibration, radiation monitors flickered as if space itself was bending. 3i Atlas had changed course. For the first time since its discovery, it wasn't drifting through space. It was moving towards something. And that something was the missing corner of the geometry, the point that would complete the pattern. astrophysicists ran emergency simulations. If the object continued on its current vector, it would reach that location in under 48 hours. The problem, that final geometric point lies just beyond Earth's orbital plane. When the structure completes, Earth will be inside it. Inside control rooms, alarms flared across screens. Spectrometers picked up a faint hum, not from deep space, but inside Earth's magnetic field. And with every pulse from 3i Atlas, the hum grew louder. Some scientists called it a natural resonance, a feedback loop between the object and our magnetosphere. Others believed it was a handshake, a kind of pairing sequence. But one terrifying discovery silenced the debate. The waveform modulation of the hum matched an ancient pattern, identical to symbols found on Sumerian tablets that spoke of the messengers of the sky. Coincidence or warning? Now tracking stations everywhere report the same thing. 3i Atlas is slowing down, but the field around it keeps expanding. Something unseen is unfolding. An energy lattice spreading like invisible light across the stars. And at its center, a shape is beginning to form. If 3i Atlas isn't alone, then what's waiting inside the system is about to reveal itself, to be continued.
No steering. Weird. Huh. They gotta do something. Oh, there, it's back. Yeah. Okay. Finally got steering. Chopper coming. From the top.
I'm just a trouble magnet.
Don't worry about hitting people. This car's a handful. Wow. I just wanted to go up these hills. Wow.
Cut that way too close.
What a game.
These guys are playing for keeps, huh?
Wow. Look at this. Back alley. Wow. Wow. Oh, I know the garage I started. Wow.
I should really stop baiting these guys.
It's the physics of everything in this game. Well, you do it in real life. Just stick to the wheel from the power.
Could have done that better.
Oh, this is a little Oh, I love these stairs. I didn't even know that existed. Anyways, I'm just casting. Nice. It's a lot harder inside, so I'll say that. Pretty twitchy. Oh, okay, I
can't leave the cops to this meeting. Why not?
This is
Get those guys and take care of them.
Wow! Wow! Wow,
Nice
that was
try,
sick.
Craig. 5 months worth of lessons. You're finally getting the hang of this now.
Wow, that was a sick little run. Shortcut. Wow. Good lap. Too far. Well, that's it for the test. Look at that. Put in lap. Right. I can actually drive it in this mode from like a drone camera. That's just a random thing. Wow. But it still works. I mean, I'm telling you. It's just from doing the different views is kind of hard. So
Come on, John, keep it together.
it's not as hard as you think so. Wow, this is hard to drive, I must say.
You keep bringing me grandma with a flat, you're gonna be reading plans. Now go get me something with some action.
Wow. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Oh. Wow. I was pretty much dead. If we can get to a gas station. Oh, I actually got a little roof flat. Oh no, that's the hood. I'm gonna get to the gas station today.
This is insane.
That's it.